The Atlanta Dream are off to a 3-2 start. We'll talk about it all right here, right now on the ATL Dreamin Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what is up? What is up? What is up? Welcome to the ATL Dreamin Podcast. We are back for episode number 2 of season 6. Yes, we are giving you guys the visuals today. And I have to admit, I do not have my lovely co-host, Yakiri Thomas, today. She is out, but I got my guy, Malik Brown, to fill in for us. And we're in good hands. Malik, what's up, my guy?
Good, E. Appreciate you for having me on, man. Thanks so much.
Hey, man, I appreciate you. Kiri had to pull some strings at the last minute, but Kiri, we haven't forgot about you. She will make an appearance on the show. Let me see if I can get this picture. Look at us. That's my partner. Look at us. Nah, but ladies and gentlemen, this is the ATL Dream Podcast, your podcast about everything the Atlanta Dream, our weekly pod. And so we haven't pod in like 3 games, and so we got a little catching up to do. So I got my guy Malik fill in with us from Clutch Points and where else do you write, man? What do you got your hand in these days, man? Mainly Clutch Points, or what's up?
My friends always joke with me like, "Oh, you got like 3-5 jobs." And I'm like, "Yeah, you got a point." So I work for Clutch Points. Like that's the main thing. Of course, I do beat reporting there for Hawks and Dream. Work for Peachtree Hoops. Do some stuff there during the season, and then I just started working at this place, Athlon Sports. Like maybe about a month or 2 ago. So I do have a few jobs, but but Clutch is the main thing.
Dibbling dabbling, man. That's how you gotta do, man. I appreciate it. But you're at all the Dreams games with us, man. So I figured you would be appropriate to talk to about our Atlanta Dream, man. So I want to start with a little bit of Atlanta Dream news, like we always do. As we know, we kind of get hit with the injury bug a little bit earlier. Jordan Canada has been out, and as of recently, Brittany Griner is out as well. Both of those players ailing from knee injuries. And listen, man, I think they need to expand these WNBA rosters, because is it me, or does it seem like they don't got enough players? Like 1 or 2 injuries and you're cooked.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, like you said, 2 injuries, you're in, and with the Dream, it's like these are 2 of your starters, and you got to go down. You got to have depth now, and I mean, I'm glad that they're doing the expansion and things like that. Bringing more teams in and stuff like that. But yeah, you need more players on the roster for sure, because you're down 1 person, and you're scratching to find somebody that can fill in that role instantly.
Yeah, and you and I have talked about this at the games and everything. I think one of the biggest losses, but they're both tremendous losses. It's not like these are just role players. I think probably the biggest loss is Jordan Canada, because of what she does from the point guard position. And I've said it, and I'm gonna stay on this hill. I do not like Ryan Howard playing the point. I know she may be your best dribbler, creator, or whatever, but I think that, and you tell me what you think. I think that it's affecting her shooting, because she's had 2 games, she hasn't shot too well. And I think she's using so much energy, bringing the ball up, getting actions for everybody else. I think that is affecting her shooting. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, I definitely think it is. And it's funny because last game against the Sun, after the game, shout out to our guy Rashad. Rashad asked coach, he asked him, about her shooting struggles and things like that, but being able to still, be good on defense and things like that. And he was like, I'm asking a lot of her right now. I'm asking for a lot. She's doing a lot of the ball handling right now. Of course, she's usually most of the time guarding the team's best offensive player on the other end. So he was like, I'm trying to, maybe I should, basically try to find some more time for her, like small breaks and things like that. But I'm with you, E. I'm not a fan of her being the ball handler most of the time. I definitely think that's affecting her. I'm good. I'm glad that she's, still being a pest on defense like she always has been. But I mean, on offense, we need that shooting. We need her creating. And I think somebody like Jordan, that just relieves a lot of the pressure.
So much.
Because like she's literally doing everything.
Yeah.
So hopefully when Jordan comes back, things are better. But it doesn't make anything better because Tahina's out too. So it's like Tahina and Jordan was out too. It's like, yeah, I got to do everything now. So hopefully, though they come back as soon as possible because it's definitely, I feel like it's affecting her.
Yeah. Brittany Griner's out for this, I believe out for the next game as well. We'll talk about that in just a moment and what that looked like versus Connecticut. But as of now, I wanted to go over the WNBA standings, and I thought I had pulled up. But as of now, the Dream are 3-2. So as far as starts are concerned, you really, 3-2 is very, very manageable. Very, you always want to start the season off above the Mendoza line. So 3-2 at the top. You got, of course, the main big dogs: Minnesota, New York, Seattle, Phoenix, and Golden State out at 2-1. Man, so who would have thunk that? I wouldn't have, but of course, it's very early. But getting off to a 3-2 start is a very good thing. So, of course, 5 games in, we'll see where we are against. Somebody's at the door. Must be the Amazon. The Amazon bringer. What did my wife order? About to call the kids. But yeah, man. So we're gonna go back 3 games because the last time we pod, this was before the season opener in Indiana, and of course the game at State Farm, a packed house. Caitlin's in the building, you know what I'm saying, and all of that jazz. But let's talk a little bit about that game versus the Fever, in which they came up just a little bit short, man. But from your standpoint, man, just like give me the feels of, like, if somebody wasn't there, like how would you describe the feels of this game?
Man, it feels like a playoff game. I can't lie. Like everybody's in there.
It really was.
Yeah, it feels like a playoff game, honestly. I mean, of course, when Brittany got announced, everybody, but it was actually really Tahina. When Tahina got announced, everybody started going crazy. Of course, South Carolina Gamecocks, like they travel and they love Tahina. But of course, when Kaylin in the Fever come out, of course everybody's shouting for them. But yeah, it feels like a playoff atmosphere. I mean, you get the court. They had the nice court.
I love the court, man. The court looked great.
Court was nice, but I mean, the game kind of fit the atmosphere. I mean, it was kind of like a back and forth the whole time. It came down to the final minutes, final seconds. And I mean, that's kind of what you want in those type of atmospheres. So fans got what they wanted. And of course, the Dream didn't win, but I think I love the atmosphere. It was great. I love it when they play in State Farm.
I think that, and I don't know if you were there last year when the Fever came in State Farm, but I made a point on Twitter or X. If you're on X, make sure you follow the pod, ATL Dreamin _pod. It felt like there were more Dream fans in the building this year. Now, of course, you had a lot of Indiana fans, but the Dream fans were really loud this year, and that was something I really like. I don't know if it's the addition. I think it's everything. The addition of BG, the addition of Pow Pow, who was just, everybody loves Pow Pow, right? And so I think they represented. Like, I thought last year they were kind of overmatched a little bit. Them Indiana folks, they were deep last year, but yeah, man, I was very proud of the Dream showing out that night, and as always, they always do a wonderful job putting on the show. But as far as the game is concerned, man, I thought that, and we've talked about this, I thought that the Dream looked a little clunky, but like they were still able to kind of manage to keep it a close game. And again, when it comes down to the very end, little mistakes, man, little mistakes, a basket here, a charge here. And you can't do that with a team like Indiana because they're still a very good ball club, man. Very good ball club.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I definitely think it kind of feels like the Fever and the Dreamer kind of just like they're still. I mean, of course, it was early in the season, but the Fever is still trying to get used to some of the players. They have new players on their team, so they're trying to get used to each other. And of course, the Dream, they've added a few players, so they're still trying to get used to each other. So kind of feel like that game where, I mean, whoever had it, and I mean they had that back and forth. And then I remember the Dream had a dry spell, like they didn't score for like the first 5-6 minutes of maybe it was the second or third quarter. But they were still like in the game. Like their defense was still good. They didn't go down as much. And like you said, the first 3 games of the season, they've all came down to literally the final minutes, final seconds. Of course, they got one out of Indiana at their crib. And they weren't able to get the game against the Mystics, and they weren't able to get the second game against the Fever. But I mean, at the end of the day, you see the fight. They just got to They just got to have better execution, and it just felt like, I think Coach said in one of those games, he just felt like they were all trying to kind of just do something. Like they weren't flowing with the offense. Everybody kind of was just like they probably wanted their own shot. But if they play that same game,
it looked like when you go to the park to play ball and you pick 5 dudes, like you don't know, it's like all 5 of y'all just be out there balling. That's what it looked like. It looked like they ain't never played with each other.
Right.
And there's something to that. And of course they've played together. But the time from the WNBA, from they go from the off season to, I mean, they just finished that basketball league to like training camp to preseason. They only have 2 preseason games. This, it's like that much. And even when we're talking to Coach is like, look, man, it was almost like he wanted to say, hey, I just got here, bro. It was almost like he wanted to say, I just got here. And in reality, he really just did get here. And so, like, they haven't had much time to figure it out. And unfortunately, in the WNBA, you don't get much time. And if you can't figure it out, hey, ask Coach Spoon in Chicago how that happens. You know what I'm saying? Because they got rid of her real quick. And it happens all the time. So, I could understand why that first game was a little clunky. It was crazy. I going back and look at the box score and saw that Ryan Howard had 24 points, and it didn't feel like she had 24 points because it seemed like I was fussing at her the whole night. And you sat beside me at games. I be fussing because I'm a coach, you know what I mean? So like I'm always in coach mode. I'm like, what's she doing? But she had 24. Her and Caitlin had a little scuffle. What was your thought about the Ryan Howard and Caitlin scuffle?
I mean, I feel like, of course, folks are gonna take it out of context.
Way out of proportion.
Way out of context. Because literally, I think their preseason game, they were joking with each other. Like, so it seems like they have some type of, I don't know, a relationship or something. But I mean, it's basketball. It's literally basketball.
Like, literally, it's not that big of a deal. If the guys were to do it, nobody would say anything. They're competitors. They want to fit. They want to win. Every time Caitlin gets touched, we can't do this. Like, it can't be the lead on Sports Center. Let's stop it. Let's let them play basketball. But they catch that L to the Fever, 76-81, unfortunately, and they're able to come back to Gateway to win their last 2 games. Game against Dallas is a very impressive win. They kind of pulled away late, kind of had a little lull in the middle. They win that game 83-75. Our first chance to see Paige. Now, that Dallas team is definitely a work in progress. They still haven't got any wins, but what were your thoughts on the rookie Paige Buchers? It's Beckers, right? It's Beckers.
Beckers, yeah. Paige is going to be nice.
She's going to be cold, man.
She's already cold, but, like, she's going to be really, really good. I mean, I don't think she didn't have the best shooting night, but you can just see it. You can see where she's getting to her spots and stuff like that. Like, I love her jumper. Her jumper's real nice. I mean, but yeah, they're still figuring out. I'm pretty sure her and Enrique did not shoot the ball well at all. I think they combined for like 6 of 25 for shooting. between both of them. Like, they didn't have a great shooting night. And props to the guards from for the Dream, like Ryan, Maya, and Alicia. Like, though they're some dogs on defense. Like, you really don't want to mess with them. But I mean, the Wings are still figuring out. Like you said, they haven't won a game yet. They're still trying to figure things out. So I think as the season goes on, they'll find a rhythm, get some chemistry with each other. But Paige is good. I love Paige.
She's cold, man. I'm glad I got a chance to see her, like, and even though she didn't have like her best game, it was just like she can get her shot off so easily and so quickly. She plays with a lot of confidence. She has great footwork. And I think one thing that this Dream team can hang their hat on, and I guess you gotta credit Coach T from last year. If they can't do nothing else, they're gonna play a little defense. Like, if the shots ain't falling, they're gonna play a little defense. That's one thing we know about them, right? I thought they played good perimeter defense. I mean, some nice shots didn't fall. It was kind of interesting that Enrique didn't get up as many shots as she did. I don't think she took that many shots, but they're figuring it out. Everybody's figuring it out. But it was a joy to watch Paige. And listen, if you're listening and watching the show, if you get a chance to watch Dallas, listen, she's worth the price of admission. She is worth the price of admission, man. So a good dub, 83-75. I was trying to figure out who went off that game. I think Alicia was the high scorer for Dallas. I mean, for Atlanta that game. Yeah, she poured in for 27, and it was good to see her. I think I was sitting beside you at one point. I was just saying, Alicia should just get the ball and go to the hoop every single time, single time, because they couldn't stop her. And like, I love seeing aggressive Alicia, man. I love seeing her, man. But 27 points for her, man. Just a whale of a game, man. Your thoughts on Alicia?
Yeah, I mean, you hit it around on nail. I mean, when she's driving, she's most likely going to get the foul. Like, it's obvious. I mean, and I wish more of the players on the team did that. I feel like she does it more consistently. Honestly, if Ryan did it more, she'd probably get to the free. She'd probably get into a rhythm as well. But Alicia's been playing great. I mean, she, of course, great defensive player. Of course, a solid 3-point shooter. And I mean, she's just aggressive. Like, when the team is kind of down and they're looking for a bucket, she knows exactly what to do. So, props to her. That was a big game. They needed that, especially late when the Dallas Wings were coming back a little bit in the fourth quarter. She kind of stabilized the team and kind of got them back into a rhythm. So, shouts to Alicia for that.
Shout out to the lefty, man. Shout out to the lefty. But yeah, man, so this is the game I want to ask you about, because I wasn't able to be there physically to watch this game. Take care of the Connecticut Sun, 79-55. Now, they went with a different starting lineup. I believe this was the game without Brittany. Brittany Griner didn't play in this game, right? This game,
like,
first game she missed.
No Brittany, no Tamina.
So I think you had a starting five. Do you remember who the starters were?
Yes, it was Maya. It was Maya, Alicia, Ryan, Nia, and Brianna.
Okay, so let me ask you this. I know with that lineup, you got Brianna in the middle. You got Nia, who has been playing really well, and I want to talk about her in just a moment. Maya Caldwell has seemed to be making the most of her bench minutes. And then you got Ryan and Alicia. What dynamic did this starting five have? Did it look any different? Was it still clunky? Like, what did the starting five look like from the outset versus Connecticut? And again, Connecticut's a team still trying to figure it out. Definitely rebuilding. Their best player is Tina Charles. Shout out to the legend. But what did it look like with this starting group, at least in the beginning?
It looked like a team that had just started playing together. literally. I mean, it kind of reminded me of the beginning of the Wings game. It was a back and forth between both teams, and the Dream just offset that quarter. I don't know. The past two games, it feels like the third quarter has been their quarter. They've been outscoring their opponents in each of the last two games in the third quarter. And after that, I mean, you kind of find a rhythm in that second half, and they just kind of, after that, they kind of just let go. I mean, the defense, of course, like I said earlier, Maya, Alicia, and Ryan, they were Marina and Tina. They were not. They got in a rhythm in the first half. Second half, they really didn't get anything off. And that's kind of what doomed the Sun after that. But you can, like you said, the Sun are a rebuilding team. Like, I don't think they haven't won a game either. So I kind of expected them to kind of do this despite, being down Brittany and Tiana and Jordan, of course. But I mean, they came out and they dominated. Alicia had another good game, another dominant game. Maya and Nia were amazing. Even Nas came in and had like
I saw a little 3-pointer she hit from coming off the wing. I was like, okay, Larry Bird.
She had a three, and coach said after the game against Dallas, he was like, I gotta find a way to get Nas more minutes. I don't know. He was like, I don't know when, but I gotta get her more minutes. After the game against the Sun, he was like, I held up my end of the bargain, but I just didn't know when it was gonna happen, and luckily it happened the game after. So yeah, I mean, everybody came in, they did what they had to do. Even Taylor came in and played some minutes, so it kind of shows you the depth that the team has. And I mean, even if one or two, they're trying to find to win with their defense, and eventually they find a groove on offense, and that's how they get these type of wins.
Yeah, I wonder with Brittany Griner out, like the possibility of changing lineups. I mean, we talked about the resources and trying to figure out what's best for the team. And I mean, of course, she's a Hall of Famer, this, that, and the other, but I'm wondering, like, with the emergence of Nia, right? And Nia has been playing some really good basketball. And I think I was telling you at the game, I was like, I know I owe her an apology because I've been riding her for like the past like 2 or 3 years, like, because I expect a lot of her. I think she's a good player, but I think a lot of times she doesn't have the confidence that I feel that she should have. Like, she's a great defender. She's rebounding the ball really well this year. She's shooting the ball with confidence. And when she's in there now, I feel like safe with her. Like, you know what I mean? And so I wonder, like, is there a possibility, and this is maybe just me just throwing some spaghetti against the wall, is there a possibility that you maybe start Nia at the 4, Brianna at the 5, and maybe bringing Griner off the bench? If you want Griner to stay there the whole season, you watch her minutes, and she's still going to get her minutes. I wonder if that's something that coach is thinking about. But I was just kind of thinking about that today. I was like, man, like, I wonder, like, how that will play, or even if they even entertain that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't know if they'd entertain it, but I do like if you can get BG, if you don't want her to play that many minutes, you get her playing for about maybe 5 minutes straight. You bench her, then you bring Nia on, and then move Brianna to the 5, Nia to the 4. I mean, you can go with that. I don't know. I can't really think if they've been doing that now. But
typically, like Brianna, Brittany has usually been the first one subbed out. She's usually the first one subbed out, and I don't know if it's usually for Nia or for Maya or for somebody else, but like I'm pretty sure she's usually the first one subbed out. So I guess it really doesn't matter. Like, if she's playing 3 to 4 and she gets subbed out, I guess it doesn't matter whether she's playing the first 3 minutes or the second 4 minutes. So I mean, it's whatever. It was just something I was thinking about, but I don't know. Whatever works, man. Whatever works, man. Hey, as long as you stack these W's, man, because I mean, a 40-game season, it'll come and go really quick. It'll come and go really quick, and you got to stack these W's as much as possible. And one thing I really don't want for this dream team this year is what they've had for the last 2 years, is being the like the A seed in the stupid playoff settings that they have in the NBA. I absolutely hate it. And like,
last game of the season trying to get in, like, oh my God.
You deserve a home game. If you make the playoffs, you deserve a home game. WNBA, get yourself together. You know what I mean? Like, it's silly. It's silly. So yeah, 2 games out of the homestand. I'll take that every day of the week. 2 out of 3 for the homestand. Give me that. I would love to have 3, but I'll take 2. They have a difficult homestand, and we'll kind of get to that in just a moment. Headed out west, man. They got Seattle tonight, and I believe they have. I was about to say the Lakers, but they start. That would be a good game, boy, playing against Braun. But they got LA on Friday. But 5 games.
Switch it.
Oh,
LA
no.
today.
So it's LA today?
LA tonight and Seattle.
Yeah. And then Seattle. All right, thanks. Yeah. Appreciate that. So 5 games in, man. Like, what do you like? Well, like, what do you not like about the team? And again, this is completely early. And I can ask you this in 5 more games and it'll totally change. But just 5 games in, if anybody's listening, watching, haven't seen the Dream, like, what's your assessment so far 5 games in?
5 games in, the one thing that has stuck out to me is that they have, like, and of course, Ryan and Leash have already been on the team, but I noticed the first 2-3 games that they played, when they were kind of in a rut down the stretch of the game, they just went to BG. And BG was just eating, like literally just backing down.
Get on my back.
Easy. Like, I'm like, this is a closer. This is how you close games. And granted, they didn't win the Washington game. And they didn't win, well, she fouled out the Fever game. But you can just, like, BG, I think she's going to be a big part of this team. So I think what I do like is the addition of Brittany Griner and Brianna. I can't leave out Brianna. Brianna had like
double machine on the low.
Yeah, like she's a walking double at this point. She can stretch the floor. Her and BG, like, they're beasts. I was thinking, I mean, earlier when you asked me to come on, I was like, BG and Brianna remind me of like Zach Randolph and Mark Gasol in the Memphis Grizzlies.
That is a great comp. Yo.
Like,
we haven't had in Atlanta in a long time. No disrespect to our previous bigs, but we haven't had a situation where every time the ball goes up, we getting the rebound.
Right.
We getting the rebound. That long arm, she getting the rebound 9 times out of 10. And if she don't get it, Brianna's gonna get it. And I think Brianna might be having more rebounds than BG, but 2 great rebounders, 2 elite rebounders. And like, the offense is I feel like it's going to come because it's just it's early. They're learning new stuff. I think Ryan after one game said the good thing is we're all learning it together. So it's not like one person knows it and another person doesn't. So yeah, I get that.
Yeah. And so that's what I like. What I don't like right now, 5 games in, and it's not her fault, but I mean, we already talked about it earlier, like Ryan having to do everything because this is apparently affecting her shooting and everything like that. Like I said, I mean, she's locking up on defense. Like she's been doing that. And coach even mentioned like she's an all defensive type of player. So she's got that. I mean, the offense will come. Like the offense will come. She's a scorer. Like it's gonna come. We all know. All you gotta do is keep shooting. Literally, all you gotta do is keep shooting. They're gonna go in. So, like when Jordan comes back, pow. I think they'll be good, but that's my feel right now. 5 games.
I echo all of those statements, and what I don't like the injuries. Like, I mean, I know, like, I just don't like the injuries, man. Like, because you just simply can't afford. Like, it goes back to the bigger issue of like these teams need to be allowed to have more players. Like, I don't know what the limit is, but it doesn't seem like. I feel like there's a lot of people like you get cut in the WNBA and it's like, yo, why did you get cut? You're like a first, second rounder. You know what I mean? But, 5 games in, the growing pains are a little tough to watch offensively, but like, you're taking care of business that you're supposed to. You're supposed to beat Dallas. Yeah. You're supposed to beat Connecticut. Now, these next 2 games, you're going to be tested. And I think that'll be a good litmus test. Against LA, against Seattle, 2 teams that are really good, especially that LA team. It's night and day from last year with Kelsey Plum, boy. Let me tell you something. That is a baller right there.
She's a bucket.
So you're going to be on the West Coast, and so it's going to be interesting to see. I would be good if you get 1 out of 2. If you get 1 out of 2, I would be good. I would be thrilled if you get 2 out of 0. You know what I mean? 2 out of 2. But I don't know, man. What are your thoughts about them going to the West Coast?
I've literally already said it. I was like, this week will show me what I need to know about this team. And granted, it sucks that they have the injuries going on right now, so can't really put too much into it. But this week will definitely show me what this team is about. Because, like you said, LA is a totally different team from last year. Bringing Kelsey in. I mean, they're dealing with injuries right now as well, but Kelsey's been balling. She's been keeping them afloat and everything like that. And then you got Seattle. Got Seattle on Friday. They're like what? I think they're like 3-1 or something like that.
They looking tough, bro.
Yeah, no, they're
looking tough.
Good. They're good. They're good. So I think this will show us a lot of what we could expect. I hope that the guards can get it going. Alicia continues to stay aggressive. Bree can kind of can really hold down the paint down there. While I don't know how long BG's going to be out, but I like you said, 1-1. I'll take 1-1. I'll take 1-1. Shoot, we'll take 2-0.
Yeah. And you talk about the opportunity for Nas. I think this would be big for her. Like, come up and step in. If BG's out of here, and we saw Nas have a lot of growth last year, and so like the first couple of games, I was like, dang, is she in the doghouse? She ain't getting no burn, But now BG's out. Now it's your time to shine, baby girl. Go out there, grab you, get you a double dub. You know what I mean? And we're gonna see. But I was looking at the injury report for today's game. That game's gonna be tonight at 10 o'clock. So for all of you night warriors, you know what I'm saying? After Knicks Pacers, if you still up, if you got it in you, try to catch Dream at 10 if you can. I did not see Pow on the injury report. So have you heard anything about that, about her playing or no?
Sure, you know more than me. So on the email,
good.
I haven't seen any. I haven't looked at my email or I haven't seen anything come up through my email. So if she's not on the injury report, that's good.
That would be lovely because although she is a rookie, and I'm of the belief of throw those rookies into the fire. And they have done that. And I think that she's doing a great job of swimming and treading water. You know what I mean? She's doing the best she can. I would have loved for her to be able to kind of back up Jordan, back up Alicia, kind of in that combo situation.
Yeah.
They threw out, they're like, you starting, baby girl. You know what I mean? And being that she came from USC, that she was coached under Don, she not worried about it. She like, all right, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And so hopefully we get Pow back tonight. That'll be a great addition. And just give me 1 out of 2 on the West Coast, girls. Give me 1 out of 2.
We'll take 1-1.
I don't care. Whatever one it is. Just give me 1 out of 2, man. But yeah, man. So it's going to be tough to see these next 2 games. And I think being out to a 3-2 spot is definitely better than being 0-4. No disrespect to Dallas or Connecticut.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. So I think that we'll know a little bit more after this West Coast road trip, man. And we're gonna see, brother. We're gonna see.
We're gonna see.
Yes, indeed. I think after that, after the road trip, the third game is in Connecticut. So like I don't know how they be scheduling these games, but they got a couple of days off. The WNBA schedule is really weird. So
and it's getting crazy for the Dream. This like last week. I mean, you play game Thursday, then you got Saturday, Sunday. Now you're playing today. Like it's a lot. Like
what are y'all doing? Like who makes this schedule? They'll have a game at like 11 o'clock in the morning. Like,
right.
Like y'all really not even trying to grow this game. Like y'all, what's going to an 11 o'clock game?
11 o'clock game. That's
gonna be like on a Wednesday.
What does Dogs do for Kids Day? Like have a game at 10, 11 in the morning.
Now I understand that this is summertime, so some situations you can do that, but for the most part, man, WNBA they need to get their stuff together, man. But we are going to wait and see. This is the time now where we do a section where we kind of call it clear our chest, and I'll go first. But typically, what we do is just a parting shot, kind of like say what's on your mind. It could be sports related, cannot be sports related, and you just kind of just say what's on your mind, and that's clearing our throat, our little parting shots before we get up out of here. So My parting shot is this. Last week I talked about I gave a little shout out to all the graduates and everything. And so this week I want to give a little shout out to all of the veterans. We just had Memorial Day yesterday. We celebrated all those folks who sacrificed for the country and everything. And I just want to give a shout out to them, man. Those folk out there who did something that I would not do. You know what I'm saying? To give their life for a life of service. And I just want to salute them, all the heroes and fallen heroes, and all of the families of those who remember those. My dad was in the service for a little while. And just salute to all those, and just show love to all those in the military, man. So just a little shout out to them, man. That's my little parting shot.
Cool. Man, this is new for me. Hold up. Okay. I think I'm gonna stick with sports. There's been something on my mind the past couple of days, and it really brewed a lot today. Shout out to Trae Young. Shout out to
Trae.
I don't know if you saw it earlier, E, but Marcus Morris went on First Take today and said that Trae Young just started passing the ball. He said he's just been a shooter his whole career. And I thought that was one of the most craziest takes I've ever heard about Trae. The guy's averaged 10 plus assists to three past seasons. And I just don't get where you get these type of narratives from. And
just
it's like
you don't watch basketball. Just say you don't watch basketball.
And so I gotta shout him out because I feel like he literally gets, at this point they say he gets traded, but it's the disrespect is crazy at this point in my opinion. Like I just don't get it. Dude just won the assist award and everything like that, and now you're saying he just became a passer. We gotta stop bringing these certain people on ESPN. That's all I'm gonna say. So shout out Trae.
Yeah, shout out to Trae, man. And I was listening to and just piggybacking on yours before we get up out of here. I was listening to the 520 podcast, and shout out to Jeff Teague. Yeah. And he was talking about Trae. He was like, man, the hair better be standing up on Trae Young's back watching these playoffs, man. Because Tyrese is eating, Jalen Brunson is eating, all these point guards is eating, boy. Shea, like. That's the only thing he needs to start doing is winning. The win is going to bring the respect. Mm-hmm. The winning is going to bring the respect. So shout out to the hometown guy, number 11, man. We got your back, number 11, man. We got your back. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been ATL Dreamin Podcast with my guy, Malik, filling in for Kiri. We miss you, Kiri. We'll see you. She will be back on the next episode. This is the visual, so we'll start uploading our stuff to YouTube as well as the audio stuff. Make sure you like and subscribe, all that jazz. Good luck to the Dream in LA, and while they're on the West Coast, until next time, we'll see you when we see you. Peace.